Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Conversations with Nicole show. I'm Nicole Huckabee. My guest today is rising R&B artist Stephen Thad. PGK Music Entertainment is thrilled to release his highly anticipated single, Smile, now streaming on all platforms. Stephen shares his musical journey, inspiration behind Smile, and his vision for blending classic R&B with modern sounds. I hope you enjoy our conversation. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful discussions. Let's get started. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Conversations with Nicole show. I am delighted to have as my guest today Stephen Thad. He is a rising R&B artist and has released a new single entitled Smile. Thank you for being my guest today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here. I'm so ready. Very ready.
I love your enthusiasm already. As we were speaking off camera, I thought this is going to be a lot of fun because you come to the table with a lot of enthusiasm. It appears that you have a great positive attitude, and it would just make perfect sense that you would name your single Smile. But before we get to all that, tell my audience about yourself, your growing up, your love of music, singing with your sisters, and in the area in which you did all of that.
Yes, of course. So, I grew up in a very musical household. Both of my parents are musicians, and we spent a lot of time in church as kids, my two sisters and I. So, one day, my parents had taken us, after the many choir rehearsals that my parents had taken us to, we came back home, and my sisters and I decided to have a little mini choir rehearsal. And I think it was my sister's room because they shared a room back in the day. And our parents put their ear to the door and they heard us singing. They thought it was the radio at first, and then they realized it was us. And they came to the realization that the three of us could sing in three-part harmony a cappella. And the rest was really history after that. We went all around the DMV singing at various different churches, and we even went to Kentucky, Nashville. We made road trips out of singing and going around across America to sing, and that really helped our music ability. And so fast forward to maybe like 2013, 2014, the three of us sat down with a producer by the name of Dana Saray as a group to sort of get a project together and start writing songs and flexing our pen. And that all of those events really helps culminate into the artist that is Stephen Thad today. Fast forward from 2014 to 2018, I had gone off to college on my own. I graduated in 2018 from Bucknell University. Shout out to Bucknell. And I had this desire to really explore what artistry looks like for me. And I would say around 2018, Stephen Thad was really born. I was doing covers on SoundCloud, and then I migrated to putting covers on Spotify. And I eventually put an album out of my own original, majority my own original material called Love R&B. And then fast forward from the release of Love R&B to now, we have Smile. And I'm here talking with you today.
Love it. I love your musical journey. And it's nice to hear that you found a love for music and you said, I want to try this, and you kept going, because so often people don't continue the pursuit of what really fills their heart with joy. And it sounds like music, and it sounds like the writing of music really fills your soul. Talk more about that.
Yeah, you're so right. Especially in the music industry, it's very easy to get discouraged when you're starting out. A lot of times you don't have the budget you hope for, the connections you hope for, but you really have to search inside yourself and really ask yourself what it is you want to do with your life. And if you believe that music is your passion, I believe that no matter what obstacle comes your way, you'll always find the strength to rise above. So music and songwriting has something that has been a part of me for so long. Definitely music, even before songwriting. And I always knew, I think even as a kid, that being an artist is something that I wanted to explore with my sisters as well as an individual. And so I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity to do that now. And of course, in the beginning, people were skeptical, like, yeah, he wants to do this music thing. Yeah, we'll see how far it goes. So when situations like that arise, you really have to take the initiative within yourself to say, hey, I know people might not believe in me like that, but I believe in me, and I'll be the first person to believe in me. And you'll be surprised who comes to join the party after you put out a couple songs or two.
No, I wouldn't. Once you get that little taste of success, people do start coming out of the woodworks. But good for you for persevering, not giving up, holding on to that love for your music and wanting to share it with others. So that brings us to your single Smile.
Paul Wright, who is the distribution label for my sisters and I, as well as myself, connected me with Kendall Duffy, who then connected me to Expansion Records in the UK. And so I initially was pitching songs to them from my Love R&B album, and they were like, oh, "These are great, but we really want to see how you sound in a more mature R&B vibe." I know the vibe over in the UK, as far as the R&B music that label is closely associated with, leans a little more into like a mature, old school sounding, kind of rich in texture sort of R&B sound. So I hit up my producer, Dana, and I asked him, what do you think about exploring this new sound with me? And he was all for it. And it really, Smile is a blend of the new school on my end, as well as a little bit of, actually majority old school on his end. And it's the perfect marriage between those two worlds. And so he laid the instrumental down, and we started writing the lyrics out, and we hit the chorus, and Smile was born.
I think that's a perfect combination, a little bit of old and some new, and you marry them together because then I feel like all generations can have an appreciation when they hear music like that. So that's exciting that you were able to produce something and be a part of something that you really feel good about and that is starting to resonate with your audience. So talk a little bit about touring, or how does that work for you, getting your music out there, and what's next for you?
Gotcha. So yeah, lining up performances is definitely something that I'm looking into getting set up now. I've got one in Orlando, and then I'm going to be in New Jersey opening for my cousin's band, Vertical Current. And so I honestly am going to probably go around and hit some open mics just to get a feel for which cities like Smile the most. I definitely want to go to New York. I'm thinking about going to Houston. I'd love to go to Atlanta as well, just to get my feet on the ground and get some exposure, get Smile some exposure across America. That is my ideal situation for the next couple of months.
I love that. Do you have someone who inspires you? Who are the people that you look to and go, I love their sound. They are someone I would like to follow in their footsteps or take elements from their performances, how they sing, how they perform.
Yeah, so there are a couple, if I may.
Sure.
So I have to start off with my favorite artist of all time, and that is Beyonce. I love Beyonce a
Well,
lot.
everybody loves Beyonce. If
Everybody
they
loves Beyonce.
don't, they should, right?
I am a huge fan of Beyonce. Not necessarily just because of what she does on the music side, but also what she does on the business side and how good she is at creating an experience around the music to make you want to watch the video and to make you want to go buy tickets to go see the tour. And I'll never forget watching the behind the scenes. Actually, before I got to the behind the scenes videos, I saw her in 2014 MTV Awards performance. I was like, oh, I was blown away because that is the first time I really saw, like, in the same way people describe how they felt about Michael Jackson's experience, the experience of Michael Jackson putting on a performance. That's what watching that award show performance by Beyonce felt like. And I was hooked ever since then.
Yes.
And the other one, I'll give you another one.
Yes, please, please.
The second one I'll give you is Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
I didn't grow up listening to R&B and gospel, but when I got to college, I had friends who were like, "Yo, did you hear, like, what music do you listen to?" I was like, "I really primarily listen to gospel," and they're like, "Have you heard Kendrick Lamar anything?" And I was like, "No." And so I listened to his sophomore album, "To Pimp a Butterfly," and that was the first time I really started paying attention to lyrics that were not necessarily melodic and musical. As a singer, I always subconsciously listened for melody, and like anytime spoken word or rap came on when I was a kid, I didn't realize I was doing this, but I was tuning it out, not because it wasn't interesting to me, but because my brain was so wired to listen for the melody. And when I got to Kendrick, he really challenged me and opened my brain to what it felt like as a new dimension to really understand rap lyrics and process them in real time. And that really just took my even songwriting ability to a whole nother level.
Well, I love the fact that you're drawing from two different areas, two different types of song writers and singers, and you can mesh it all together. Just goes to show you can take something good from so many different individuals and grow from that and evolve yourself, right?
Yes, that's so true. That's what art really is in a lot of ways. A
Yeah.
lot of artists are inspired by other artists. Like Beyonce was looking at Michael Jackson. I'm looking at Beyonce and Kendrick. Somebody's gonna look at me. It's just a beautiful exchange of energy.
That a beautiful exchange of energy. And yes, Stephen, they will be looking at you. You probably don't even know it. Someone's looking at you right now when you're out.
Yeah.
They are looking at you. They are looking at the music that you create. They are looking at your energy. They're looking at how you sing, your words and the melodies, all of those things. And you too are an inspiration already and you just don't even know it. And you're so young. The world is your oyster.
Thank you so much for that. I'm so happy you said that to me. That means a lot.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So tell folks one more time about Smile, where they can go and listen to it.
Yes. So Smile is available now. You can listen to it on any streaming service of choice. Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Amazon Music, anywhere where you listen to music, Smile will be there for you. Just search Stephen Thad, Steven space THAD, and Smile, and you should see me in a nice little image. I kind of look like this. This is kind
I've seen it. You look amazing.
of
And how people can follow you on social media and keep up with where you are in your career.
Yeah, so you can follow me on IG, TikTok, and X at Stephen underscore Thad. And then you can follow me on Facebook, Stephen Thad, and you can follow me on YouTube, Stephen Thad. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel.
It's been just delightful to have you on my show and talk to you. I always love when I get the opportunity to speak with young people, their aspirations, their dreams, their goals, and get to hear how they're coming true because it's hard work and you're putting in the hard work and you're talented and you're willing to do what it takes to get there and you have the love and the passion for it. I wish you all the best, my friend.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, the pleasure was all mine. Thank you. Thank you. And that will do it for this edition of the Conversations with Nicole show. Until I see you again, I hope you have a great day.